Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. We are on Utopia of the Seas for a Christmas cruise, staying on deck 11, room 624, and this is a regular balcony stateroom. When you first walk into the room, over to the right, you'll see your master light switch. You do have to have a little card placed inside of this slot to be able to make all of the electric work inside the room. Royal Caribbean did provide us with a blank room key card that was already in here, so nothing you need to think about or bring ahead of time or use your own room key card for. I know sometimes that can be problematic. And then right below that is your master switch that controls the overhead lights in the room. Over to the left, you have a full-length mirror, so you can do a quick check before you walk out the door. And then over here is a desk / vanity area that you can use for getting ready. There is a nice big mirror right here, as well as a small ledge. This does light up. Underneath, you have all kinds of outlets. So you have 1, 2, 3 US outlets, 2 European outlets, as well as a USB-A and a USB-C. So plenty of space to charge things up in here. The chair slides out. There's a small trash can underneath. And then moving over here are your mini fridge as well as the drawers. This top drawer has things like your continental breakfast menu. If you want to order the night before, you can just put this outside on the door handle and mark what it is that you would like, as well as the time, and they'll just drop this off for you. Continental breakfast is free. However, a tip is recommended for whoever brings your food to you. Under here is your mini fridge. And it's definitely more like a cooler than a fridge. It will not keep things super cold, but it will do the job to keep drinks and things like that at a cooler temperature. And then you have 4 drawers for storage. Top one does have a blow dryer, tissues, things like that, and then the rest of them are empty for your storage. This door right here is the bathroom. We'll come back to that. This light switch controls the overhead light in the bathroom. And then here is your thermostat. These work at the individual room level, so you can adjust this to whatever your preference is. Over here is our first closet. And it's just a standard sort of walk-in style closet. There's hangers up there. If you need extra, just ask your room steward. They'll be happy to bring those to you. There's also a single hook on the left-hand side that you could use to hang up a hat, jacket, whatever you want to put up there. And then you do have a really nice seating area here that is a couch. There's a couple throw pillows and an overhead light for reading. And then over here we have closet number 2. This one has some built-in shelves as well as your in-room safe. Some room for hanging clothes, and then 2 large drawers underneath. This room sleeps 2, so you do have the option of having the bed either separate or pushed together. And then there are 2 bedside stands that are really similar in setup. So you have a small lamp that has its own individual switch. On the top of the lamp, there is a USB-C as well as a US outlet, which is great. Again, additional charging. And then over here on this side, there is another switch that controls all of the overhead lights in the room, so you can turn those off and on from bed. And then this also has a telephone on this side. And then you also have this really awesome flat screen TV you can watch from bed, or it's on a swivel, so you can flip it around if you want to watch from the couch area. And then underneath, there are some built-in hooks, which again are really nice to be able to hang up anything that you don't want to put in drawers, and it gives you just a little bit of extra storage in here. Now I will take you into the bathroom. So when you open the door, you do have 2 hooks on the back of the door. Then coming in, you have 2 separate towel racks, a huge mirror and vanity area. Again, plenty of storage in here. There's some shelves along the side. It is a single sink vanity, another big shelf underneath with trash can, and then the toilet paper roll is there as well. Over here's toilet, and then a huge stand-up shower, which is really nice. It does have an adjustable shower head. And then plenty of room in here to move around. 2 hooks for washcloths, a small little shelf there in the corner, and then also a little foot bar in there as well. It is a plexiglass style shower door, which is way nicer than some of the shower curtains on the older ships. Next, we're gonna head out to the balcony. I'm gonna show you how the balcony door works. If you are traveling with small kids or anyone with special needs and you're concerned about safety, this does have a double lock mechanism. So up top, this one pushes, and it's fairly difficult to push in and out. And you do have to be tall, obviously, to be able to reach this. So for kids, it's gonna be pretty difficult for them to get up there. And then you also have to have enough strength to be able to swing this handle all the way around, and the door itself is fairly heavy to pull open. And then out here on the balcony, you have 2 chairs. There are footstools underneath, so you can pull those out to make it even more comfortable to relax. And then a nice table in the middle. So if you wanna have coffee out here, bring your breakfast out here, you do have some space to be able to eat and drink. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I am a travel advisor specializing in all things Royal Caribbean, and I would love to book your next cruise with you in partnership. My services are always free to the clients that I serve, and most of the time I can also get you some bonus onboard credit. So don't hesitate to reach out. All of my contact information is below. Happy cruising, and thanks for watching.